Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Deep Thoughts. And today we are talking about Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba episode 8, The Smell of Enchanting Blood. Which I haven't necessarily smelt a lot of blood, but I don't know if I'd necessarily call the scent enchanting. Maybe I'm not going to the right parties, but anyway, what the hell was that segue? Let's just get into the episode. What's wrong with me? So to go ahead and kick this thing off, I feel like I should start by saying that Tanjiro really does remind me of Deku, in a good way, by the way. Just that hopelessly good sort of mentality, just this good-hearted dude who will choose the best possible outcome even with the most difficult of choices, and the fact that he reminds me of Deku is sort of ironic, given who Yoshiro turns out to be voiced by. That was a thing, but we'll get to Yoshiro later because I have thoughts. But in the meantime, I just wanted to point out that Tanjiro and Deku really, I would love a sort of One Piece meets Dragon Ball one-shot manga, but just with the Kimetsu no Yaiba and My Hero Academia casts, just because I think that'd be kind of neat and fun. Just because Tanjiro and Deku really do remind me of, one reminds me of the other in all the positive ways. I guess in some negative ways too, they are hopelessly good, in the face of, like I said, in the face of incredibly difficult choices, they will make the choice that seems the most inherently good. Maybe not the most inherently smart. If it were me and I were in Tanjiro's shoes and I saw a demon about to eat another human. Now, given that Tanjiro's sister is a good-hearted demon, I would of course try to maybe maintain the demon, but once I saw people around me start crowding around and the demon's clearly gonna run amok, I probably would have done something at that point, if you know what I'm saying. At that point, you're not really left with much of a choice. But Tanjiro, God love him, he does his best. I will say though, maybe I missed something, but did that demon just flat out not show up for the rest of the episode? I thought the whole fact that Tanjiro wanted to protect this demon was meant to be a sticking point for the other two demons, but it never really comes back up. It just they just say oh, you want to protect a demon. That's interesting. And then we see the girl who the demon attacks. I don't know what their connection is, but they were together when the girl was attacked. But we don't see the demon. We just see her in the hospital bed. So I don't know where he went. That's a little, now that I think about it, that's kind of a plot hole. And maybe not a plot hole, but just that's weird that it's never addressed again. I will say though, one of the coolest parts about that scene wasn't just Tanjiro trying to make the goodest choice he possibly could, but also that shout that Muzan Kibutsuji, I will find you to the ends of the earth. His whole no matter where you go, I'm coming for you. That was anime Taken. Muzan Kibutsuji, I will find you and I will kill you. That was you can't tell me that's not what Tanjiro said. That is basically what Tanjiro said. And I kind of love that he said it. And truly, this bitter game of cat and mouse has really kicked off now that both players are aware of each other. And I will say though, man, Muzan Kibutsuji is possibly going to be, and yes, I have to say his full name because it just sounds cool. Muzan Kibutsuji, Muzan Kibutsuji, Muzan Kibutsuji. Just a cool name. Anyway, I will say that the man is far and away one of the more interesting antagonists of the season. Just a fascinating dude, because the mere concept that this demon has a family, and they call him by a different name, so he's clearly in hiding. Because even when Tanjiro starts shouting Muzan Kibutsuji, I will find you, that whole scream, his family just says blah blah blah. What is that boy talking about? Who is he shouting at? They have no clue that he's shouting at the father figure in that family unit. It was just such a really interesting touch. Muzan's and plus too, that whole scene in the alleyway, let's just go ahead and talk about that, by the way. Just whoa. The drunk dude was very much an idiot, but him and his friends did not deserve what was delivered upon them. That was brutal, especially the girl. That was brutal, dude. Brutal, unnecessarily harsh, in my opinion. Muzan made himself known as this sort of menacing figure. Because at first I was just he's menacing, but only in as much as that we don't know a lot about him. And the fact that he has a family is interesting. Like, does he actually care about the family, or is he just using them as a front? Who knows? And we still don't know it as of this episode, but I will say, I'm officially scared now. I'm officially creeped out. Also, can I just point out, and maybe I'm an idiot, but that's in the flashback. In the flashback, the dude that Muzan is like thinking about and referencing when he sees, when he's like angry with Tanjiro for calling him out. I thought he was just mad that Tanjiro called him out, so he's like, no, he's a threat. We gotta squash this immediately before anybody finds out who I am and what my double life is, and this has gotta be stopped right now. But it seems as though that's not the only reason Muzan wants Tanjiro dead, because what was up with those friggin' earrings on that dude? And why does that dude have hair like Tanjiro? Like, so that has to be Tanjiro's old man or something, and maybe that's why they were attacked. Like, maybe it wasn't random, maybe it was personal, you know? So like that's got me wicked curious. I need to know more about that. Now, again, I did read the manga, but I only read up to like the end of the first volume, which was many moons ago as of this episode. So I don't know what the backstory between Muzan and whether or not that's Tanjiro's dad or whoever that is wearing Tanjiro's earrings and rocking Tanjiro's like long hair. I don't know who that is. I don't know what the relationship with Muzan is, and I don't want to know, manga fans. Let me speculate, but don't necessarily tell me. You can tell me if I'm warm or if I'm cold. That's absolutely fine. But posting spoilers, don't be a tool. Not that I really have to worry. Manga fans, especially when it comes to Kimetsu no Yaiba, have been very cool to me, so I'm not necessarily worried about spoilers. I'm just saying, like, if I'm asking a question or I'm speculating, doesn't necessarily mean I want to know the answer, you know what I mean? Also, just to kind of transition us from Muzan into more of like the second half of the episode, because Muzan definitely takes up the first half, whereas his two little underlings take up the second half, sort of. I just want to use this as a transition to say, good lad, Tanjiro. My boy made up for last week's failure by eating not one bowl of udon, but 2 bowls of udon. The udon maker, by the way, is clearly my new favorite character. Just want to point that out. From now on, if I don't see the udon maker, if I don't see the udon cook, I will have questions. Speaking of questions, though, I have to question Yushiro, who is one of the new characters. He's like the nurse's sort of friend, I guess, just her companion. Or not nurse, the doctor's companion. What am I saying? The doctor's companion is this character named Yushiro, who called my girl Nezuko an eyesore. Now, I'm sorry, was he high? Because the new guy is already a pain. I'm sorry, the new guy is already a pain with that ugly ass side eye that he gives them, like, ew. See, that's not very nice, is it, Yushiro, to have somebody call you out on your appearance? It's not nice, is it? Maybe don't do that to my girl Nezuko. By the by, she is the cutest damn thing on the planet. Screw that guy. Wow, I don't know where that came from. I was just as angry as Tanjiro. Tanjiro, by the way, doing the whole, like, Will Smith, like, look at my sister, she is adorable. Like, how dare you? That, I don't know why that cracked me up, but it did. Also, I refuse to believe that them walking through the wall was not somehow inspired by Platform 9 3/4, because that's what I thought of. I will say, though, I like the Doctor, and I like the Doctor. Yushiro, I sense will grow on me, especially given that he's voiced by the same friggin' Seiyu as Deku, or at least it sounds an awful lot like Deku's Seiyu. I could be wrong on that. Comments, you can correct me or reaffirm. I'm not super sure. I'm pretty sure it's Deku's voice actor. Either way, I'm sure he'll grow on me, but the Doctor, I'm already a fan of. And I'm picking up some sort of vague Enteku vibes from Tokyo Ghoul, with the pair of demons here, like, using, like, human blood, like, from, like basically, like, so, I guess it's not so much Enteku, but just, like, any kind of vampire character who, like, something like Alucard, you know, where they, like, drink blood sparingly from where they can get it. But it just gave me Enteku vibes from Tokyo Ghoul, which again is sort of ironic given Tanjiro Seiyu, that being Kaneki Ken for those who don't know. But not the Seiyu's name, I just mean they voiced Kaneki Ken. It was, I don't know, it almost felt like because I was so familiar with the trope, it almost sort of felt like home, because it reminded me of Enteku, and I'm like, oh, right on, I want to see this place protected. I hope this becomes like sort of a home away from home. Maybe this place is the place we see at the ED, where, like, Tanjiro and those other two characters who, one of whom we haven't met yet, that's to do with the boarhead. But at the end, they're sort of seen at this, like, home, and maybe that's the home that they go to. I hope this place gets protected. Nope, if they die there, I'm going to be really upset, because I feel like both characters, Yushiro and the Doctor, definitely have room to grow, especially the Doctor. The Doctor I feel like has to stay alive, but Yushiro, I can maybe see him dying here. I hope not. I hope they keep him around. I feel like both characters have room to grow. But if these two psychos kill them, I will be kind of disappointed and sort of shocked. I mean, in fairness, like, I'm not expecting anyone to die next week, but if they did, I don't know, I'd be kind of surprised. And the show has been known to pretty much hit me with the feels and surprise me from time to time, so I'm not necessarily ruling anything out. That said, the whole bouncy ball thing kind of made me laugh. I wasn't quite down to clown with that power. However, the dude with the eyes on his hands, those effects were so dope. The special effects, like when we see powers at play, are always great. Ufotable always delivers big time with stuff like that. And I don't know, this episode, while it may not be my favorite episode thus far, it still hits with this sort of like just emotional gut punch when it needs to, and this sort of zany comedy when it needs to as well, when it needs to like kind of break the tension, and it does so very well. But those are gonna pretty much wrap up most of my thoughts, and if I had to give this episode a grade, I would give it a B+. B+ feels appropriate. I'd give this episode a solid B+. But with that said, everybody, that's going to wrap up today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then by all means hit that like button, sharing the video around on the internet. That would be super rad of you. And if you would like to stick around and check out more videos from me, then by all means hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to join the good ones. And as always, before we go, I have to give a big shout out to the good folks over on Patreon, namely those in the Earl Grey tier: Omner Garamond, Veridin, Tristan, No For Nothing, Urza, Evil, Caden Fate, Gabriel, Dominic, Sipco Games, Opinionated Slime, and Maria Teresa. Thank you to everyone who helps support me over on Patreon, and if you would like to help support this channel, make this something maybe I can do full-time, cover way more anime, stuff like that, then by all means go ahead and check out the link in the description to check out our Patreon, check out all the cool rewards you can get over there. It'd be super appreciated. Once again, thank you all so much for checking out today's video, and until our next meeting, stay rad and don't scary.